living stereo. It's the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Well, happy Straw Hat Day to you today. I think the snow has finally stopped. I think the weather here in Wisconsin is going to get up into the 70s, and it's going to stay there and get leveled out about 90, 95, and then come back down again. So what am I thinking today? Good question. I'm thinking I have to get back to work on the painting and try to get that done in the next couple of days so I get started on something new. So come on, let's go into the studio and see where we are. No turkeys allowed. Come on in, take a look at this. Looks like I got some work to do on that truck yet. But looks like pretty much the rest of it's done. I might have to go back and do some work and probably have to add some trees and stuff and bring the road in here for the Airline road. Other than that, hopefully I'll get this thing done this weekend. But I've been working on this, getting that all set up for working on dioramas, and of course over here you know that this is where I'm going to be building my model. I got the model of this Mercury that I found recently down the other basement, and there's all the rest of them. And we should get some tunes on the old TV and then get back to the painting. So let's get started. Oh, I was going to tell you, this hat that I got on, this hat is probably from around the 1920s, late 20s maybe. I got this from my boss when I was working at the advertising agency back in around 1967, 68, from Sally Brown. Thanks, Sally Brown. I still have it. Thank you very much. Now let's get going here. And I have to add, I think, a tree in here someplace. And some trees over here and a road down here. You know, I have two friends up in Canada, Matt and Jim. They have a place called Strong's Garage. And if you haven't seen the show, you should just check it out because you'd really like it. The garage is an authentic garage, probably built back in the 20s and 30s. The garage is just filled with old cars and motorcycles. And the equipment that they have is equipment that they used back in the 20s and 30s. And that's how they actually build the cars. Not too much hydraulic equipment in there. There is some. But most of it is old mechanical machinery like they used to have back in the days. It's really a lot of fun. I send magazines out to them, that's the mag scans every week, just like I send to a lot of you folks, and they seem to enjoy it. So I guess they're an acquaintance of mine, maybe not friends so much, but they are an acquaintance and they do like it. So hope you like this show. They're going to take us out for a ride on my favorite car. Ever since I was a little kid back in high school, I always wanted a 32 Ford Roadster, the Deuce Roadster. Man, that's what I wanted, to go down Route 66 with that. That was my dream, I'll tell you. Well, here we go. We're going to go out in a 1932 Ford Roadster. It's got a 1946 Ford hopped up flathead motor in it. It's a full-fendered Roadster. And we're going to go for a ride in this park. Well, it's a state forest, I think, over in Alberta, Canada. So hats off to you guys, and happy Straw Hat Day to you all. Come on, let's go take a little ride on a 32 Deuce Roadster, huh?
Right, here we are with the quintessential Deuce Roadster.
Yeah, not your little Deuce Coupe, but your little Deuce Roadster.
This is the 32 Ford with the V8, known as the Model 18. If it was a 4-cylinder, it would be a B model. But this car came to us about a year and a half ago, looking sort of the same, but really undrivable.
Oh, for sure. It just been, it drove how it looked.
Yeah, and so our task was to completely go through the car mechanically, and we did it incrementally just as we had time, sort of, and parts and whatever, but we've done a few videos on it. We rebuilt the brake system, the mechanical brakes,
Steering.
and engine, and kind of just fine-tuned every aspect of it. Mechanically, it drives like new.
Oh, it's fantastic. And with all these mechanical systems, it's a matter of chasing every little bit of wear out of each part. It's not just one thing usually.
Because if you have a 16th of an inch here, and a 16th inch there, and a 16th here, and a 16th there, by the time you get to the end, like pushing on your mechanical brakes, you've got an inch of slop and no
You're
brakes.
out of rope, yeah.
So, long story short, the customer and us saw exactly eye to eye of what we thought the car should be when it was done, which is this. Now, what it is it's actually a Brookville body, which is a reproduction steel body, made to look old, and the 3 fenders, but the rest of the car is all original 32 Ford parts.
And in an amazing shape. Like this is the original pinstripe here.
Yeah,
from
original
32.
paint, and the original headlights, bar, the chassis itself. The car is very much stock. It is lowered in the front with merely a reversed I main leaf spring, so it's about 1.5 inches or 1.75 inches lower in the front than stock. The underpinnings of this car are very much stock 32 Ford, except for it's got a newer flathead in it, and it's got a little newer transmission, but the rear end, front end, brake system, steering, basically everything you see is 32 Ford. We had a lot of fun building this car, and we're pretty proud of it, and it does drive quite good. So let's go for a tour. So the car has a few neat accessories and stuff on it. It's got a locking spare tire cover, the V8 one. That's original, that's really, really neat. Cowl lights. But the main thing is the engine we built for it, which is a 1946 Ford flathead that we souped up a slight bit.
Oh yeah, just for performance sakes. We did a horn relocation as per the owner's request.
And this is the original 32 Ford horn with this taper so that it fits down in the beside the grill there, but looks cool cleaned up. So it's a 1946 Ford flathead with a 4-inch stroke, and it's bored an 1/8 over, so it's 276 cubic inch now. It's got adjustable lifters, Isky Max 1 camshaft, 2 Stromberg 97s on it, on this Edmunds equipment. This Edmunds stuff is from the 1950s. It has an original firewall. It was an American car, so it has this tag on it. The Canadian cars didn't. So 1950s speed equipment. It's fitted with just stock-sized valves, a very mild cam, stock 46 ignition that we rebuilt, 1946 style spark plug wires. Basically just kept it looking old.
Yeah, we went through all the electrical lights all working and just completely...
So one of the interesting things of this car that I really love is that although it's a little worse for wear, it does have an original 1932 Ford Roadster interior. So this is something else to have even the semblance of an interior this old. Original 32 Ford gauges. It has the wrong column drop on it, but that's okay. Steering wheel's 32. Original 32 Ford windshield as well.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty neat. But all this stuff here, if you look at these door panels, is all original. Roadster parts, and it's just amazing that it's even survived at all. And I think that really adds character to the car. A little bit of duct tape here and there, but you know, it's pretty comfortable.
Oh, very comfortable.
Yeah. We installed that glass shifter knob. We put that on. That was our little touch. Another thing that's really cool about this car is it's a rumble seat car. So it has the original rumble seat cushions, which is, I mean, they're again a little worse for wear, but intact. And it's got the tires on the car are probably 25 years old, so they're a bit square. So the next plan with the car is we're just waiting to order some tires. We're going to put a slightly larger tire on the back to give it a little more aggressive look, pick up a few miles an hour, but overall it's pretty cool. It looks the best when it's dirty.
That's the nice thing about cars like this is that you can use them and they just look better through use.
It looks like a 32 Ford would have looked in about 1936, aside from the engine, you know.
Yeah.
So if we close that up, and that again is an original 32 Ford hood. It's just amazing. You know, all this stuff. It's so cool. I think we cleaned it up, but not too much. And it's got original 32 Ford latches, and it uses the 32 Ford mount on the front. We took a couple of different sets of actual Ford molded hose and cut them to make this pipe thing. Well, we just did a few neat things. It's got a big fan on it. What else can we show, Jim?
Oh, that back window there.
Oh yeah. So when you're, I guess we can. The window in these tops is very cool. This is a new top, but it's been aged to look old, so it fits the car. When your passengers are in the rumble, you can chat. And me and Jim actually talked a bit. It was reasonable,
Quite pleasant, yeah.
And if you don't want to talk to them, you merely close this down and just shut them out into the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, with a few simple snaps, you're fairly weatherproof.
So, yeah, basically it says those are the correct 1932 Ford 18-inch wheels that are on it. The car has, yeah, everything works. The lever shocks work. The car really does handle and drive like new.
Yeah.
And if we, it starts and runs so well. We added a couple of gauges, just they're modern, that look old, just so you have some contact with the new engine. There is a accessory 32 Ford dual gauges and stuff you could get, but this is what we had. So, I mean, this thing really does. It's a treat.
Yeah. Incredible. Yeah, it went through, got everything working.
Yeah, every aspect of the car as it was works. Cowl lights work, horn works, e-brake works. It's a brand new engine. It probably only has about 250 or 300 miles on it, so we're going to drive it a bit more. And then we're going to reset the valves because they're, like I said, adjustable lifters, so that's one thing we have to do yet. Wait for our new tires. But overall, the car is ready for enjoyment for many, many years. And yeah, we're pretty happy with how it turned out. And what else we can say?
Yeah, well, it speaks for itself.
We show this side of the engine, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, this side looks cooler. So we just cleaned up some of the wiring. Was kind of hokey on the car and stuff. We made the fuel lines. It has headers and dual exhaust, little Smithy mufflers. It's beautiful. We put the genuine Stromberg kits in because that's the only way to go if you're going to rebuild original Strombergs. It took about 4 carburetors to make 2. And that's another thing that makes the car really good is when you rebuild a carburetor, you have to rebuild every aspect of the carb. So it's throttle shafts and throttle plates and emulsion tubes out and clean everything, and the car runs perfect. Starts good, runs good, idles good. So yeah, no, we're really proud of the car, and it's a lot of fun. I hope Doug loves the car as much as we do, because I'd sure like to keep it. Well, now that you've seen the car,
yeah, we might as well go see if it performs as well as it looks.
so what we've got is a beautiful part of the country up here. I really love our part of Alberta a lot.
Yeah,
And
Great Plains.
the Great Plains, and we have a wonderful national park minutes away.
Yeah.
It was founded in 1913, it's Elk Island National Park, so we thought we'll do a proper driving tour of the park in a 32 Ford.
Yeah. You guys get to experience the just the wonderful time that we had touring about. Yeah, in the car, out of the car, around the car.
And like we've said before, it's an experience in time traveling when you have a vehicle like that, because if you look down the hood of a car like that, out past the headlights to a gravel road and trees, that view is no different than it was 91 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So that's fun. Never hire a man with a straw hat or lace-up shoes, because all day he's either chasing his hat or tying his shoes.
Truer words have never been spoken.
So let's go for a drive.